Hi, Yannick. Hi. We know. I just went live. Yeah, I'm live now. Yeah, you can join if you want. We can just hang out. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. All right. Take care. Okay. All right. Thanks. Uh-huh. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Happy Thursday. How's everyone doing? Aaron, how are you? How's everyone doing? It's afternoon here, just coming in to catch up with everybody. Hi, Peter, how are you? How's everyone? How's everyone? It's Thursday, guys. The week is almost over. The week is almost over. And not much to talk about today, guys. I just wanted to talk a little bit about, step parents and how some stepmothers or fathers, they are cruel to children they find in their family. But Evans Mulishan, how's everyone? As usual, no down moments in the country. There's always something going on. Yeah, but there's always Mama Chichi Mulishani. Thank you for supporting. Always here, always here. Today I just want to talk about the step parents. There was a story going around yesterday about one of the ministers. I think it's a minister of mines. I think you all heard that audio between a wife and a grandmother and the children involved, and the wife is taking away the car from the children, and the wife saying that they were only going to give them 4,000 kwacha a month. But Kwasha Jacqueline, good to see you. So I just wanted to talk about that and just say, it's on the men. As a man, if you marry a woman and the woman finds you with children, it's a total package. As a man, if you marry a woman, have an agreement before you marry the woman that the new wife should accept your children. And I'm talking about this because I grew up under a stepmother myself. And I want you to tag the men. Yes. This is not a political issue, it's just a social issue. So I want you to tag all the men, tag your friends. Yes, ba Albert Mbuzi Mulishani, ba Luyando Mulibuti. Yes, tag the men, any man around the world. I'm talking about stepchildren and blended families today. That's the topic. Blended families or stepchildren, stepmothers, stepfathers. This is what I'm talking about today. So tag the men, especially the men, they are a problem. The men are a problem. And I'm talking about this because I grew up in a blended family. I had a stepmother In other words, I have a stepmother, so I'm talking about this firsthand. I'm talking about this firsthand because I experienced some things that I shouldn't have experienced. As a child, I became a victim. I became a victim of my parents' decisions, and I don't think that's fair on the children. Listening to that tape yesterday, where that woman was just like, we are taking the car back, and you deal with it. I'm giving you 4,000 kwacha a month for 3 children. Now imagine those are kids of a minister, a minister of mines for that matter. How can the children of a minister of mines be working? How can you deny a basic thing as transportation to your children because you married a wife who has come with these new rules and regulation to oppress your children? It's not fair. As a man, you should stand up. And I'm telling you this, all men, tag a man, especially the men, you subject your children to a lot of suffering, because when you marry some of these wives, you become under petticoat. Mulengira muri under petticoat, mwalaba n'abaana. I was a victim of that because my dad always listened to my stepmother and we ended up suffering. So that's why I stand here and speak as a child rights advocate. These are the rights, the human rights of children. It's very serious, guys. It's very serious. All you men, Anusha, good to see you. You men, if you were, things happen. You can be in a marriage doesn't work out. You end up divorcing, and then there are children in that marriage. Now, what happens when you parents you divorce is the problem. And I think the key to solving these problems between a man and a woman when they divorce is the man, especially in African countries, because here in the West, they have systems, and through CPS, Child Protective Services, are there to step in for the children. There is not much of a problem in Western countries because we have a Child Protective Services. But in countries like Africa, it's a big problem. When a man divorces his wife, then there are children, and he marries another woman who he doesn't have a good heart, then the children end up suffering. So, this is what I'm here to say. There's a minister, a story was going around yesterday. There was a fight between a wife and the grandmother of the children, a new wife. How can a new wife, you knew that man had children before you married him, and now you are grabbing the car which the children are using for transport to school, and you are giving them a small allowance for the 4 of them. 3 of them, I don't know, and then she was telling the grandmother to say she can go to court. I think our systems in Africa, our government need to put in laws to protect children, because that's why the children end up suffering. We have children being street kids because of they are neglected by their fathers. Imagine a father who is a minister of mines, and the new wife is grabbing the car and giving them a mere 4,000 to survive a month among 3 kids. Food, transportation, everyday entertainment, clothes. I think the man is on you. You men, if you marry a wife, sit your wife down, tell your wife you have children, and she must agree to support you 100%. It's a total package. When you marry somebody who has children, it's a total package. You accept the woman, and you also accept her children. If you are a woman, you marry a man who has children, it is a total package. Treat those children as your own. The children end up suffering. Like me, I suffered at the hands of my stepmother, you know. I suffered at the hands of my stepmother, and it didn't have to be. I didn't have to suffer, but you know, it reached a point where now my stepmother, you know, they ended up fighting with my dad because my dad couldn't take it anymore. My dad had enough of my stepmother mistreating us that my dad now decided to stand up for us. Yes, I respect him. My dad is no more, but God rest his soul. So my dad, in the end, he decided to stand up for his children because he saw that his new wife was oppressing us, the stepchildren. So in the end, it brought problems because my dad stood his ground and told his wife to say, you are not going to treat my children like this. Enough is enough. You know, but it doesn't have to be like that. You can make, you men, before you marry, if you have children, a woman, before you marry, if you have children, have an agreement to say, I have children, and if you accept me, it's a total package. It's a total package. You have to accept me and my children, you know. But most of you people, some of you even hide. I know some women, they hide that they have got children and they go into a marriage. Eh? And it ends badly. For those women who hide that they have the children and they go into marriage, some men, they divorce them or they leave them. Sometimes it's not even marriage, they're just dating. They won't tell a man that they have children, or vice versa. And for in my situation, my dad married a very young woman who was almost the age of my dad's oldest daughter. So there was always conflicts in the house because my dad's wife was almost the age as my dad's first daughter. So it brought problems in the house. But then my stepmother too, you know, we were there, but she was like a queen. She didn't do anything. We were running around doing everything. She didn't even touch anything, you know. She told our dad, oh, your children, they have to serve me. So she was a queen. She sit down the whole day. We save her food, we do anything for her. Until my dad got upset one day and said, enough is enough. So that's how the fight started. And because of that, I ended up leaving my father's house. Can you imagine? Me and my other sibling had to leave our father's house because my stepmother told my dad to say he had to choose between the wife and the children, you know. So this is what I am just educating men here, because me, I've experienced it firsthand. My stepmother gave my dad a condition to say, you choose between me and your children. So we just left. We are just like, okay, we're not going to be the reason to end the marriage. So me and my sister, we left, and my dad remained in that marriage with the woman. But there was no peace in that marriage. You can imagine. My dad, I'm sure he was heartbroken, you know, that we had to leave the house. What am I saying? What I'm saying is the men, if you marry a wife, you have children, make agreements. Make agreement with your wife. Tell your new wife you have children and she must treat those children like her own chapwa. Mm-hmm. Here in America is not a problem because there is a CPS and there's all these organizations which help children. They come in. A stepmother cannot mistreat a child here in America. It can't. It can't. A stepmother can't say, yo, I am grabbing that car. No, there are laws in place. If you are in America here, if you make a lot of money and you divorce your wife or you have children elsewhere, they make sure the law, they deduct money from your paycheck to support those children and give them a percentage of the salary that you make. So umuntu emefye apoki abana motoka abana bambye okunina bus mulandu ni ba new wife abo ba new wife tabayishibya ati kwali babana. She knew. Good evening, Patson. So tulelanda mweba lumendo. Fila chitika Fila chitika. People divorce. But you as a man, put your foot down. If you marry a new wife, you are the one who has married her. In this case, eba minister, eba kwete mpia, fiancé fiabo, you know. So how can a young wife grab properties for the children's minister? No. We are here, we are advocating. Me, I'm a human rights advocate, and the child's rights are abused in Zambia. That's why one reason why we have a lot of street kids in Zambia is because they are displaced by evil stepmothers. Ama stepmothers is one reason we have a high population of street kids. Good evening, Wahellington Mudishan. Tulelanda pabana. So abobana abonomba, those kids eventually they will end up being displaced. I am actually proud of the grandmother for standing and helping to fight support for those kids. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't even be a question of the grandmother to start calling the wife. No. The wife should not even be in that picture because the wife was not there. Now the wife will start calling the shots. No. Be human at heart. Be human. Even me, I was a victim of an evil stepmother. And it is normal. We are accept in Zambia and some of these countries, we accept abnormal things to be normal. When you marry a wife, you accept a wife to start mistreating your own children. No. You agree with her to say, me, I have got children from my previous marriage. If you want to marry me, accept me and my children. It's a total package. Yes, you men, put your foot down. I don't want to be hearing stories about children being denied when a father is a minister. Good evening, Josephine. Niraj, good to see you, Niraj. So we are talking to you men. It's like, you men, put your foot down. You are the one who's married the wife. You are the one who's providing. So why should a woman now start financially abusing your children? No. And some in Africa, especially, we have problems because even if they go to the courts, they bribe the judges and they don't even give you enough money to live on, to support those children. In the end, the children are suffering. The father is a minister, but the children are suffering. It's not fair. It's not fair. So we'll be here, we'll be talking, guys. You men need to man up. Otherwise, don't have children. Me, I am a victim. I am a victim. As a child, I was traumatized because of a stepmother. And I am over 50 years old, and I am seeing stepmothers traumatizing young children, you know, denying children of economic of financial stability in their lives, you know, grabbing a vehicle so that the children could be walking to school. The minister knows himself. The minister in the center of this scandal knows himself. Let him do the right thing. He has to tell the wife to say, me, I married you. you found me with these kids. So there is no way he can grab a vehicle which the kids use for school so that the wife can be using it for other businesses. Eh? Is that normal? Hi, Monica, good to see you. So, we have to talk some of these things. Some of you, I don't know, but, it's just moral and morality. When you have your kids, they are your kids. Take care of your kids. God blessed you with children. If you have money, let the children enjoy your money. If you have properties, if you have vehicles, your children should not be walking to school. They should be driven to school. Actually, actually it's better, like in this case, this minister, the woman has been taking care of those children. Let the support continue. And the man is a minister of mines. He has more money. So if he grabs that car from those children, that is just abusing the children. Now imagine how those kids will grow. They'll be thinking, why did our dad get the car? Our dad is a minister. We were driving, going to school. Now we start walking. Can you imagine that? So that is that, guys. A short topic today. I was just talking about these ministers and this scandal of the scandal that's gone viral. The fight between a woman and a wife of a minister and the grandmother of the children. They want to grab the car. It's not fair, you know. But the children, you know. So that's the story, guys. You have no comments. You are too quiet. I know a minister is involved, but we have to tell these people, like, when you have children are a gift from God, and the stepmothers shouldn't come in and make children's lives miserable. If you marry somebody with kids, accept the kids. Accept the kids. So we are going to be talking about it because we want these things to change. We have societies where there are departments where they're taking care. People don't have to fight to get support for families from blended families. But in countries like in African countries, there's a problem because, some men, they just have kids and abandon them, and some men, they're like, you are lucky, I'm even helping you taking care of your kids. That shouldn't be the case, Why should it be a responsibility of a woman? You know, if a married man decides to have a child outside marriage, or the marriage ends and there are children involved, why should be the woman be the one to raise those kids alone? And if the man decides to take another wife, then the other wife decides to be evil to the children of the man that he had before her. So we are just here. I'm a victim. I was a victim of I came from a blended family, I came from a blended family, and my stepmother, she didn't accept us 100%. She mistreated us, but she knew that she was marrying an older guy with children. And when she came, she was mistreating us, to a point where some of us had to leave our father's house and live with other family members because of my stepmother. So that's why, you know, I'm speaking here because I saw the audio yesterday of that minister's wife telling, having a conversation with the grandmother of 3 children, who the minister's wife wants to grab the car. So I am here to say, the minister you married, the woman, Oscar Mlishan. Hi, Clara. You know, as a man, you marry a woman, any man, not only that minister. I'm talking here because this is very common among men, especially African men. You like abandoning your children. Some of you, not all of you. I know there are some African countries where the men, they really value their children. If they have a child, they want to be in the life of that child. And if they marry a wife can't say anything about those children, you know. But we have, like myself, I come from a similar situation where my father allowed the wife to mistreat us. Our stepmother, she mistreated us growing up as a child, until some of us had to leave the house because of my stepfather. But my stepfather, he got tired of watching us being abused. So they said the problem started between him and his wife. Clara, first, my first topic is this: the topic of the stepchildren. I'm just talking to the men out there. Men, stand up for your children. I'm finalizing on this, and then we'll talk about other things. Whatever you want to discuss, we'll talk about it. I'm finalizing on these blended families. Dear men and dear women, this is my final message. Dear men and dear women, if you are a man and you have children, you marry another wife, and the wife comes and finds that you have children already, tell your wife it's a total package. They have to accept you and the kids. No mistreating of the children. Yes. It's a total package. And you women, if you go and marry you marry a man who has children, accept those children as their own. Honestly, how do you grab a vehicle yendera mwabana? Wishini minister. Abana bakwa minister kuti baleni na mama basu kuya ku school. Honestly, a minister of minds, not only just an ordinary minister. Eh? Wait. No. That is a no. That is a no, 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 no. And our laws need to change. We need to have organization where such women who are abusing step women, who are abusing stepchildren, can be reported. You know, because it's not a fault of a child. For you, because now you married their father, you want to take away the car that they were driving in, so that they're taking a minibus. Hello, wishing minister of minds over the punch. That is abuse. That, if that's not abuse, then I don't know what abuse is. We need that some of these things need to be tabled in the parliament. Child's rights in Zambia, they are grossly abused. That's why we have a high number of street kids, because some of these kids, they have just run away to go in the streets because of abuse from their families. You know, there's a high divorce rate in Zambia, so there's a lot of blended families, you know. Yes, we have to call a spade a spade. And the fact is, there is a high divorce rate in Zambia. So there are a lot of blended families. I'll talk about myself. The way I grew up, it was a blended family, you know. Lousy men, they like to divorce and marry, divorce and marry. So my dad did that. And in the end, in every marriage, there was children and children and children. Yes, my dad was a typical Aussie guy. He married 3 times in his lifetime. And my mother was the second wife. So what are we saying? Like, you know what? Problems are there. You can divorce and marry. We can't force people to stay together when they have problems in their marriages. But if there are children in those marriages, or even if you have children outside of marriage, it's your responsibility to take care of that child. Because if you don't take care of them, who is going to take care of them? Kuzambe takwabana child support services. Ama orphanage, people are just surviving on donation in these orphanages, and then those kids are not even orphanages. Oscar Chan. I'm adding you, Oscar, if you want to join. So we are saying that, take care of your children. If you marry a wife, tell your wife to say, Ababana Bandi, they are going nowhere. Whatever they eat, whatever I'm eating, they must eat. Chapwa. You can't marry a wife, ale pikangai pike fyakulya, iwe bakupera nani nkoko, abana baleyo omulembwe. Now we can't munganda, you are a man. Honestly, I'm a biz. I'm a biz. Anyway, let's switch over. This whole thing about the bees, I don't know. Changing topics, no, but they were bees in Luanshya. Again, I can relate to that. When I was a young girl, I was playing under a mango tree, and that mango tree, there were bees, actually wasps, not bees, but wasps. I was playing, we were playing like kuslasha, like slashing the grass under a mango tree. When I think I was maybe 5, 6, I was playing under a mango tree, and I was slashing the grass, and we lived in Mazabuka at that time. I remember this clearly. And as I was slashing, so the slasher went up into the mango tree and hit the beehive. It wasn't bees, it was the wasps. Yes. So my slasher went up into the mango tree, and apparently there was a hive for wasps. And I was the youngest one with my sisters and brothers. So they all ran away. For me, I was confused. I didn't know what happened. So all the wasps landed on my head, guys. All the wasps, they landed on my head, and my head was swollen from the sting. And my mom came. It was wasps. After I got bit, my head swelled. So my mom was so upset. They had to take me to clinic. Clinic to get some medication. But the bees, the wasps that bit me is because I rocked the nest. That's why I disturbed them. That's why the wasps came and beat me. But there's this story happening in Luanshya. They were attacked by bees, and I saw, I think last month in Kenya, somewhere in Kenya or Uganda, they are using bees to catch thieves. So I don't know if this is like really real, like is it some form of black magic, So I don't know if it's actually scientific or just some black magic where people use bees to attack people. And I saw this in somewhere in East Africa. A man has stolen something, and they sent him bees, and the bees just sat. I think you have seen that video, guys. The bees sat around his arms like this. I was just like, oh my God. But I've heard this story of, like, barak tuminenshimu and whatever. Like now when people are in a field and the bees come, there is what is it a supernatural power? What is it? It's not even a laughing matter. It's kind of sad because you can die. Some people, they are allergic to bee stings. Yes. But Clara, you know that there are killer bees. It's not even a laughing matter. It is a serious case because there are killer bees in Bishi Mungaya. You go into hyperventilation, you have to take a jab, you know. There's some medicine they can give. It's like a snake. Some bees are really poisonous. So this is a really serious matter, guys. Like what happened about the bees and everything. It's not a laughing matter. It's a serious because some bees are deadly, you know. I experienced it myself. I told you when I was a young girl, I was stung by a whole colony of nests of wasps, but they took me to the hospital. But some of these bees, they are deadly. So we are not even laughing. You know, we don't know what happened. It was in a field, I don't know if the security cleared that area, you know. Did they clear the area to make sure that there's no beehives nearby? It is secure. You know, these are, you know, we'll get an official statement, you know. We need to get an official statement about this bee thing, because did they do a security sweep? This is the question, you know. We see Bahaka in there. We even talked about it yesterday to say Bahaka in there has a very massive security detail. There are like over 200 people surrounding security surrounding Bahaka in there. So now my question is, what I'm here to ask is that did the president's security secure their area? Because when the president is coming to a certain area, it's not only carrying a bus security name foot, mamona, because bus security name footy, they were running name footy shabu when the bees came. So my question is, were there any trees nearby in that area? Were they checked to see that there are no bees living in that area? You know, we are not trying to be superstitious here. We are just trying to be factual to say if the location of the president, you know, the security detail arrive. I think if the president is going somewhere, the security detail, they arrive in 2-3 days in that area and sweep the area to make sure there's nothing that can put the president at risk. Yes, that's the word. I'm saying that did the security of the president sweep that area to make sure there are no trees where they can put the life of the president and all the lives of the many other people there at risk? Did they sweep the area? So now this is what we are saying to say, we need to be serious because, you know, I'm going to tie this to like the thing about this government denying other political parties the right to gather, to have a rally, you know. And these people, the current government, yeah. So we are saying here that we are just talking Here it's not about PF or UPND, because the bee attack, bees are deadly. Let's not be shallow in our comments, because whether we like it or not, despite our different political affiliation, or whether we don't support UPND government, but we are looking at a bees invading a rally of the president, and that is a national risk, security risk to everyone who was there, including the president. So that does not matter whether I am PF or UPND or SP. This issue, the way we are looking at it, we are not looking at it from a political perspective. We are looking at it from a security perspective, to say, was the hacker in the president's security, did they clear the area? Did they even look to say, are they trees, are they bees? Let's wait to hear a statement. Let us wait to hear a statement from Zambia police before we get superstitious, because we know that bees can be used in the black world, or black magic can be used to send bees somewhere. So before we start accusing anyone of anything, let us wait and hear from Zambia police if they cleared the area, they did a check and everything was fine. But now, moving on to this curfew rally, which has been banned, they're trying to stop them to have a rally. But meanwhile, on the same hand, the president is having rallies on the Copper Belt. Mamona. So this is the hypocrisy of this government. If the government can have rallies on the Copper Belt, he is on the other side of town. Why can't this Yuka be allowed to have rallies in Kafue? Why? So this is the dictatorship we are talking about. And this is not connected to the bees and whatever. No, we are just saying, we are just saying that if the president is holding rallies, okay, they have not even announcing those rallies, right? Me, I didn't know that the president is holding rallies until I started seeing posts to say there was a rally and the bees came and that rally was scattered. Mamona. So are they holding rallies secretly? So because of their secret dealings, now they have been exposed. That's point number one. They are having rallies and not publicizing them, but because of a bee attack, now everyone knows that they are having rallies. And the same people, they are having rallies secretly and denying the opposition to have rallies. So that's why the bees had to go there. This is my opinion. I can say it. I know nobody died. Nothing bad happened. The only good thing that came out of this bee attack is that this government was exposed, because they are denying other people the right to assemble. Meanwhile, they are assembling. Disperse. Now, if that's not God's work hand in exposing this government, then what is it? What is it? Because these same people, they are hell-bent for, we are going on 3 years now. No opposition party has been allowed to host any political rally. And I saw a praise singer commenting on Honorable Bahari Calaba's photo. He's somewhere in the northern province. He said Calaba is moving freely. Calaba is moving as an individual. He is not holding rallies. He is free to go visit any part of the country, like any citizen, like Bahaka Inde is doing. Any citizen, anyone can move within the borders of Zambia freely. So you can't compare Calabar's moving as a division around with his security detail. You can't say Calabar is moving freely. No, that is not the freedom we are talking about. We are talking about the freedom of having a rally. The same way by HH rally. Inshi Mushaba Butusha, so that the whole world can know that you can't be oppressing people. You can't be applying the law selectively. This is a lesson this government needs to learn. Everything that happens in life is a teaching moment. And the lesson that must be learned from this bee attack is you are denying the opposition to hold a rally, and the reason is security. Now, you had a rally there. Why didn't your security stop the bees? If the main focus, the main reason opposition rally is security. Number imwe, you had all the security there. Why didn't your security prevent the bees? So there you go. And my answer is that, you know what? You cannot control everything, and you are not God. And you cannot be using the security thing to stop your friends, because with all your security failed to protect your rally from the bees. So God exposed you for your hypocrisy. God exposed the UPND government for their hypocrisy in this whole episode here and Shimo, because they pull the security card out 3 years now. 3 years now, they pull the security card out to anyone who wants to have the rally. Kumukanya at yo. We have no security. No mbaimwe security enu yachiba kuisero enshi mushachisa. Why didn't your security protect the rally from the bees? That is the $1 million question. But Oscar, you can use the Oscar Mpombo account. I think you'll be able to join. Yeah. If you can use the main account, you'll be able to join. And I think I'll just wait for Oscar to join, and then I can go. Let me read the comments. Oscar, can you use your main account? Bachilando Mlishani. But Dewi, nature has started responding nicely, and God is absolutely powerful. You know, God is a God of justice. That is all I can say. Le satafayo lufiengo. But Stanley Kapata Mlishan. You know, there was a story of, these people talking about blended families. So there were these people, there were these people who grabbed properties. I think these children were orphans. Both their parents died, and the families grabbed all the properties of these orphans. And these kids, their parents had properties. You know, God is a God of justice. You know, all those things, all those material possessions that were grabbed from the children. Motoka accident yafwa, you know. Ama bed na mwikala yaputuka pakati because abantu nimpashi. But Oscar, can you join using your main account? Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, Shiryo, mwebantu bakwalis. You can't have hypocrisy. Lesala seva nyamarimba. Pole pole mule bukisha. Ulufi ngonga lwapichirila. Pole pole. You don't know. 3 years, honestly. 3 years. 3 years, nobody can hold a rally. What are they scared of? Security. No, but remember, with all your security, you couldn't stop your business. Let's say if you have. With all your security by UPND, why didn't you arrest the bees with all your security? So earlier, I'm trying, but Oscar, could you join using your main account? Mwandini, Muzambia, Mundi drama, Chalo Chashani Ush. What kind of democracy is this? Nibu dictatorship. It's just God exposing them, you know, because the same people, they say you can't have a rally, but now there was a rally, and because of the bees, we would not have known that there was a rally. So the bees came to expose this UPND. The bees came to expose by UPND. Pantu, by UPND, Kanya, 3 years, nobody has held a rally. Right now, they are in a big confrontation with the opposition to have that rally. Bale Bakanya few. Mule Kanyaba Nenu, they don't have the organization is illegal. Anyone has a right to gather. The only person who was suminishepo kwata rally my LBGTQ ili rally yaliko bale tukana baichi kusuminisha baichi okumachinga mu Lusaka mufya bupuba something against our culture. That's the only thing they have approved for security. No, but if you security is the thing, why didn't your security protect your rally from the bees? Ngani security. This is where you just leave some things in God's hand, because some things they are beyond your control. Nature takes in some things they are beyond your control. You can't control everything. No, but God has showed you today. God has shown the UPND to say you can't control everything. There is a higher power who controls everything. Temuntu. Nangu winga ba president, winga ba shani, certain, there are higher powers who control things. Yakana ba wasko kumikita ada umwandika chefo bachita. Imingarato. Wafya. Tukalafe pa TikTok. Mwemantu follow Queen Pumi on TikTok. I need 1,000 subscribers to yes, they did something. Yeah. So they did something by Oscar. Follow me on TikTok. We are going to be going live on TikTok beginning May 1st. So Pano, I'm just winding down. I'll be going live here, not as much, because there's some interference here, you know. There's big interference on Facebook. So we'll be going live on TikTok beginning May. So if you can follow me on TikTok, once the numbers reach it to 1,000 followers, right now I only have like 200, almost 300 followers on TikTok. So once I reach 1,000 followers on TikTok, I can go live. So we'll be going live on TikTok. So please, everyone, if you can create a TikTok account, and then we'll be going live over there, because Facebook is a Katushi yeah. We don't know what's happening. But the best thing you can do is share in the groups, because they cannot intercept what you share in the groups, and also Facebook groups and WhatsApp. And then we also have the YouTube channel. But it's easier to go or live on TikTok. So follow Queen Pumi on TikTok beginning May. We are going to be going live on TikTok. We have a bigger presence on TikTok instead of Facebook. Yeah. So that is that, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. God bless and good night.